The biggest story of the weekend for the Yankees had nothing to do with what happened when someone had a bat or someone was towing the rubber. The biggest story is that MLB is now investigating an incident that, for me, was easy to investigate. You see, Jazz Chisholm was standing on first base and all of a sudden, during a game, started looking in the Braves dugout. And he was looking in the dugout, making a few gestures toward the Braves dugout, like, get out of here, man. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Don't put my name in your mouth. And it looked like he was looking at Eddie Perez. Eddie Perez is a coach for the Braves. I know Eddie Perez. I'm trying to think of a nicer guy in the game than Eddie Perez. Maybe the third base coach for the Braves, Freddie Gonzalez. Maybe that's who's nicer. What Jazz thought is that Eddie Perez was making a motion to his head like, hey, Jazz, we're about to hit you in the head. And Jazz did not take kindly to that. There is no way Eddie Perez was suggesting that they were going to throw at the head of Jazz. What Eddie Perez says he was doing was, hey, you got to be smarter than that. That is not an uncommon sentiment sent toward Jazz by people both inside and outside of his organizations. That seems to me much more plausible than looking at Jazz Chisholm and saying, hey, we're going headhunting, because the essence of headhunting, if you interview Tony La Russa, would be you don't tell the person that you're going after their head, you just do it. It's not like you give a warning. Looking at a player and saying, hey, be smart. Aaron Boone, of course, had no choice but to back his player. Aaron Boone was like, I hope it didn't have anything to do with throwing at his head, because obviously there's no place for that. That's certainly something that would not be okay, Boone said. I hope it didn't mean anything like that, because that would deserve some looking into. Do you know how MLB investigations start? Bring, bring, bring. Hey, it's cash. Cash. Yeah. Hey, could you look what happened? Did you see what happened with Jazz and Eddie? You got to look into that. They're throwing at my guy's head. It's just wrong. Cash, you got to calm down. I'm totally calm, but wait till you get the call from Randy Levine. Oh, hold on. I'm getting that call. Randy? Can't get a word in edgewise when Randy Levine calls MLB and says, investigate right now. Investigate this impropriety against my player. So MLB, of course, had to come out and say, okay, we'll investigate. MLB.com, which, as you may or may not remember, is MLB. Shh, don't tell anyone. They already reported that Perez was just telling Chisholm, dude, think about your actions. It's going to be the fastest investigation in the West. The Athletic got to Eddie Perez and he said, I just wanted him to be smart. That's it, man. Use your head. I have a lot of respect for Jazz. I like him. But I guess he didn't like what I had to say and got upset with me. Then Booney goes nuts. Everybody's crazy. MLB has to spend time investigating it. I hope that this is one of those investigations that disappears very quickly. That MLB just simply comes out and says, yes, investigation's over, no discipline whatsoever. We spoke to the parties involved, and that's all we're going to say on the matter. I would expect MLB not to be in the business of, yeah, we'd like to tell you that Eddie Perez was saying to Jazz, hey, just be smart, and that Jazz misinterpreted that. I don't think they want to get into that detail. Just be done with it. Just be done with it. The Yankees. Did you watch that game on Saturday? I was at a restaurant watching the game, and they were down 5 runs twice. And I kept looking up. I'm like, oh, God, is that another home run? Did they just score again? They end up winning that game 12-9. They did take the series, which would be good, except the team they're chasing did better. They still trail the Blue Jays by 3 games in the AL East. The Blue Jays are 1 day closer every day to getting help by July 31st. The Yankees 1 day closer to absolute, unadulterated, overpay panic time. That is a division. That is a race. That is a bunch of teams. I can't wait. the Rogers Group, who owns the Blue Jays, Steinbrenner, who owns the Yankees, and we're not even mentioning, why would we? But we could, John Henry and Tom Werner in Boston. Oh, God, it's going to be fun.